Hello everyone, before this video starts, I just want to point out two things that I forgot to mention in the previous video of Toybox tutorials. So if we open the editor and if we go to Creativitoys, you can skip this part of the video if you want, but I don't think you should because there is some helpful information at this part. So if we do a new logic connection when pressed, if we connect it to here, we have 8 options, I believe. Our first one is if you activate this button, it will either start the game, complete the game once a player actually triggers it. Then we have game failed if for some reason you would want it to fail the game. Then we have log player 1 completion. Then we'll log all the other players' completion. And here we have log triggering player completion. So that means if the game is started and a player hits this, if this is connected, hits this button, if it's connected to the challenge maker, the action button, then it will log their completion. So we're just gonna leave that alone. And if we open the logic menu for the path creator and go into properties, here's something I forgot to mention, the visual effect, if you wanted some effect on your checkpoint trail. So here we have none, green, sparkles, fire, splashing water, spraying water, and sparkle trail. I'm going to go with green sparkles. And now I'm going to exit, and those are the two things I forgot to point out, and I updated the race track thing for our checkpoint race. I added a little sign, and the racing gate was there again. You know, the racing gate that appeared right here for some reason on the challenge maker, I added 2 locators, so you have to go through this one and go through that one and then complete the race. I don't know why that occurred, but I'm gonna delete this button because we're not gonna need it right now. So enjoy the new episode of Toybox tutorials. That's all I wanted to point out. So enjoy. Hello everyone, Talented Toyboxer here alongside Chewbacca to make another episode of Toybox tutorials. So for the past day, we've been looking at the Path Creator tool, and by now you know just how powerful this tool actually is. There's so many things that you can do with it, and I'm barely scratching the surface of its capabilities, even though I have all these episodes devoted to this tool. But I want to cover all the properties, settings, and logic connections that you can do with this toy. And another capability that we are going to be talking about for the Path Creator, the ability to connect a player to a path, and this locks the player's movements, by the way. So if we open the editor, and I already have the Creativitoys section brought up, you need to go to this section, and if we drop down a path creator right here, we're just gonna have it be a straight line like that, like the one we did with that square block over there. That's set to 300, I think. So I'm just gonna do that. No, I don't want it to go that far. So it's gonna stop right there. So I'm gonna come out of point mode and come into spark mode. And if we open the logic menu, if we go to properties, there's one option that we can select. It's the 2-dimensional character movement, 2D for short. So if we select this, if we open it, we have 2 more options. Option 1 is the width of it. So if you set this to 4 or something, then that's equivalent to 1 block. We're gonna leave it set to 0. So this is how far you want the player to actually move around it. So if you leave this set to 0, then it's basically like an invisible wall. You can't actually move around in it. The only direction you can go in is straight. And here we have forced 2-dimensional character facing, forced 2D character facing. So what this means, if you want the player to actually be facing the point, if you want them to actually be facing the direction that the point is in, we're going to leave that set to default. Now we're gonna exit properties. And we're gonna need 2 more toys. We're going to need the action button, and we're gonna need a trigger area so that it can broadcast a trigger signal to actually make the player move back in 3D. So if we come over here, new logic connection when pressed, we're gonna come over here, and if we connect it to here, there's 2 options for the player. And we have to do this because the player has no logic menu, of course. Here we have activate 2D character movement. So this means, so what this means, this will actually connect the player to the path after you activate this button. And here we have restore 3D character movement. So this is if you wanted the player to be free, move in 3D again, so they can move in all directions and wherever they want. We're gonna do activate 2D character movement. And this is like the challenge maker when we connected it to the path creator to make the checkpoint race. We're gonna do triggering player this time. And I want this to be a straight line. This is kind of like a weird wonky line. There we go. I want it to be actual straight. It did a little curve. So there we go. Let's see. Okay, I don't want the yellow line to disappear. There we go. I don't want it to be like a curve. New logic connection. We're gonna come over here, player, any player. Then we're gonna connect it up to the path creator, and you can do this for like a side-scrolling platformer game. We're gonna come over here, restore 3D character movement for the triggering player. And now we're gonna come out of Spark mode, and we're gonna exit the toy box editor. And if we hit the button, as you can see, it's moving me diagonally towards the path creator. And now if the width is set to 0, we can't actually move out of this area now. And if we walk over to the path creator, this is the end of the path. We can't go any further, including my special move. Oh. So if you leave the width set to 0, if you try to exit, all it does is turn your character around. So if you try move left and right, all it does is just turn your character around. And you can leave the width set to 4 or something. We'll be explaining what that is just in a sec. And if we walk towards this, I can now walk in 3D once again. So that's how you connect a player to a path, but I'm actually going to show you what the properties actually do for that one 2-dimensional character movement option in the properties. So if we open this, we're going to leave it equivalent to 1 block, and we're going to turn that off. Basically like tweak it. So now we're going to come out of Spark mode and exit the editor. And after we push the button, as you can see, it moved me towards the path creator. And this is where the 1 block is, and moves you towards where the force field is, the invisible wall. And we still can't move over here, but now the width is set to 4, so we can move all around except until we get to this point. So it's basically equivalent to 1 block. And now we don't have to be facing where the point is, the direction of the point. And now if we touch this, we can be restored into 3D character movement. And if you want to do this, you can use this for you can put like a ladder or something here, and then it could lead somewhere. I'm not sure if you want to do that, but you can if you want to. It's a pretty good idea. And now I'm gonna go to properties, and I'm just gonna go ahead and leave all of this set to default. There we go. So the width will be 0, and then it will be force 2D character facing. So that's how you connect the players to a path. I'm not going to build an actual obstacle course, like a side-scrolling one, but if you want to, then you can do that. Feel free to. And also, feel free to like this video if it was helpful. And if it wasn't, and if you don't want to like the video, that's fine. I know that this was helpful. So leave a like on this video if it was helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you're new so that you can stay updated, and click the notification bell so that you never miss a video of mine. And one thing that YouTubers don't disclose when they do their outros, some YouTubers, not all of them, is that when you click the notification bell, like 3 options pop up. Our first one is all, so you get notified by all the videos. The second one is personalized, so you only get notified by videos that are in your interest. And then the third option is none, so that you get notified by none of my videos at all. Make sure you click all so you get notified by all the daily videos that I upload to my YouTube channel, Talented Toy Boxer. And make sure you share the video with a friend. Share the video with a friend if they are interested in this game and they want to use a certain toy. Just show them one of these videos, or show them any of my commentary videos where I actually build something. And they might subscribe, maybe they won't. And if you don't want to do any of this, that's completely fine. Just enjoy the content I upload to my YouTube channel, Talented Toy Boxer. And if you want, you can comment down any ideas, questions, or anything in the comment section down below. And that's basically it. But if you're on the PlayStation 4, pay attention to this last part, because you might want it. So you can't click the bell on the PlayStation 4, but if you follow my PlayStation 4 account, the name my name on there is Steven Gomez, and my user ID for PlayStation 4, the console, it is Lefty7141503. You can write that down, and you can follow me. I have the Miles Morales profile picture, might change it. And you can go to the What's New page after that, and every time I post a video, you can see it there. So that's something you can do. If you would want to, feel free to. You don't have to do it. If not, then just enjoy the content that I upload. So I'll see you next time.